an office manager in customer service, there'll still need to be people to help customers, but I think everything will be a lot more automated. Technology will have taken over in regards to how we answer customers. Already starting to see things come in to automate reports and things like live chat, social media. Obviously the technology is going to evolve, so may not even be speaking to customers directly.
Technology is going too fast forward. Self-driving cars. There's already, robots that place people in factories. It won't be long before it happens here as well.
Well, if you think only in this past 2 years with our COVID job, it changed a lot with people doing things online, people doing Zoom lessons and everything like that. They worked out that there'd never be snow days again, because now if the school ever closes, they expect the teachers to go straight home and do lessons online, which I don't have a problem with. It's a good idea.
At the moment, it's always going to need human beings as well. Just as it's always been. If an AI malfunctions, a human being's going to have to fix it.
Just a matter of time when people can put trust in a car that's self-driven. Once that happens, and that's it. Goodbye taxi drivers. It's going to come to a point where there won't be any human jobs left, really, will there?
If we train ourselves completely to rely on everything when jobs change, when that technology goes down, everyone's lost.
Eventually, AI is gonna take over. I know it sounds a bit, but yeah, robots are coming, man.
Get rid of the humans and say hello to AI.
The pay divide and the rich and the poor divide will get bigger and bigger. I've already seen people with crazy amounts of money that could feed the world and don't. I think the poor will get poorer.
If the gap between lower class and upper class continues to widen, there is going to be a lot more selfish people out there that are trying to survive. And we are, unfortunately, we already do it now as well. We take it out on each other.
People generally are the same and always have been the same, but the confines they work in are different. So if you think about 2,000 years ago, people used to go to Colosseum to see people ripped apart by lions. We worked out that's a bit off. Then that developed on to then people going to see animals ripping each other apart. Then we worked out that's a bit off. Now people like to just watch reality TV and see people emotionally and verbally rip themselves apart.
Well, with how it's going at the moment, I'm hoping it doesn't end up like this, but we are becoming a lot, as everyone knows, a lot more disconnected, especially since COVID. We're a lot more separated now. A lot of us have more social anxiety. We don't interact as well with each other.
People can be quite off with one another, people you think would be right. So the fact that these reality TV things are still popular, people like to watch other people's suffering.
You see it from little things, just from driving on the road. People are rushing to be places. People are trying to make money in any way, shape or form. Be it letting go of your dignity, be it anything like that, or taking somebody else's dignity. So the cracks are already starting to show. So like I said, if it continues to happen like this, then it is going to go that way. It's just going to progressively get worse. Obviously, what is there for us to do to kind of stop that from happening?
If you'd have told me in February 2020 the government could make it illegal for you to leave your house and go to work, people would have said you're mad. So anything's possible.
Probably be a lot more monitored, a lot more tracked. It's easy to track someone now with phones and all the CCTV.
20 years ago, the smoke in a pub. Freedoms will change because laws change.
Like, it all depends on what we use. This technology that's given to us, all depends on how we use it. Learn what you can, because we've got it all here in the palm of our hands. We can literally learn anything you want on your phone. We don't do it, I don't know why. There's a lot more opportunities now to create freedom.
Probably get to the point where they sort of merge into one type of currency, or one, like Bitcoin buys out everyone else or something like that. Much like Amazon's taken over sort of online shopping.
There's a lot of talk of one day being one world government. Been talking about that for years, and there's a lot of scenarios at the moment that are kind of pushing the world's agenda towards that being one government, one currency.
Obviously, everything that's going on at the moment with Russia sort of heightens the chance of that happening. But yeah, it's someone's going to come along and want a big piece of the world.
Today is the 26th of March. Vladimir Putin is still interfering with Ukraine.
I wish I knew what was going to happen. I mean, it's hard to kind of... A lot of people don't take things seriously these days. We've kind of desensitized our stuff to everything, especially war. We play war games for fun. Like, when it comes up on your social media as such, you kind of look at it, it's sad, and then you don't feel as intense as you would want to.
There's always a war going on. Very few wars directly affect England and the United States, apart from when we get involved in them, but there's always some wars going on.
Being in and out of potential wars, tech is slowly changing us. It's just a slow process, but now it's starting to speed up.
Because just because Ukraine's going on, are poor people still not being killed in Syria or killed in Afghanistan? It might not even be people think there's a sinister plot of what we're told and fake news and things, but we can only be told so many things, so they have to filter some things. Well, maybe they're thinking that we've been told on the Syria enough times, we know that that's going on in Syria, so then there's something new we need to be told, and that.
The way things are at the moment, no one trusts government, no one really thinks they're doing the right thing, even if they are trying to do the right thing. So whether it'll stay like that or have more of a everyday person doing it, making the decisions.
I'd like to think the world would be a more positive Blade Runner-esque thing, that we have artificial intelligences but we're not being unpleasant to them.
Neuralink as well, that's sort of a network of computers that attach to your brain, so you can control things just by thought and see the internet just through your head.
They're going to use a hologram, basically make it out like we're having an alien invasion, or they're hostile against us, and say that's how they're going to bring people together and unite, and NWO.
And people are getting on in harmony, and we've sorted out the way we treat people, the way we treat animals, really. A more kinder world. So I can't think of a film that has actually painted a nice picture of a kind future world, because I don't suppose it meant a good film.